What's up, everybody? I'm G3, and guys, so today we're back with a brand new video on the channel, and it's ready for Meliodas' true powers against the Ten Commandments. I know I didn't post in a while, but there's a couple of reasons actually. First, just school, so basically I have less time and stuff. Second of all, my phone was glitching where I couldn't download any softwares or apps, so I just restarted the whole phone from scratch, and I accidentally forgot to save everything. Basically, the videos that I pre-recorded, and my thumbnails, and a new intro, and basically everything that I'm planning was kind of deleted. So I needed to restart everything from scratch. But luckily, my YouTube and Instagram info kind of remembered. I already know them. But my Discord was kind of new because my old Discord account I deleted due to a couple of reasons. The new one, I kind of don't remember the email and password of it. But luckily, it was saved on my PC. So yeah. But there's 300 plus messages on my phone, just people asking where was I. Well, I didn't take a break. I literally had 10 plus videos already recorded. So yeah, it was a bummer, but we're back, guys, so it doesn't really matter. But just there's a couple of thumbnails that were saved, this one and over 2 thumbnails. So yeah, that's luckily because I had them saved on my PC. And yep. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. By the way, no intro for these 3 videos today, or 2 videos, because my intro is also deleted. I mean, technically I can screen record my intro for my old video, but I was just gonna change it anyways, and I already had one ready, but I guess I'll just need to redo a brand new one. So yeah, let's get started. So Meliodas will be fighting with the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments, they would use their full power on Meliodas, actually injuring him. And then a couple things could happen here. For Meliodas could actually use his true powers, there is kind of things. First, technically the Demon King needs to take over Meliodas' body, so Meliodas can fight the Demon King and then the overworld. And yeah, so Meliodas actually would be taken over by the Demon King, and Meliodas would go to a place called Purgatory or something. I actually forgot the name of it, but I remember. By the way, there's gonna be a small manga spoilers. Literally manga spoilers, basically, because when I get to a certain point, I'm gonna finish the war, and the anime wasn't finished. But really, also Meliodas' true powers weren't mentioned in the anime. Literally, if you think the 10 Commandments were his true power, spoiler alert, it wasn't. So yeah. Anyways, Meliodas would be fighting the Demon King in Purgatory, and he would actually defeat him. And let's say just the Demon King is way weaker, let's say, and Meliodas just beats him and then gets his body back. So Meliodas gets his true power back. The 10 Commandments would kind of be scared from Meliodas' presence. Meliodas would raise his sword and say, "So, you guys thought you can kill me, huh?" And then all of them would be scared, and Meliodas' power would skyrocket to a power level of over 200,000. Then Zolder says, "No way, that's Meliodas' true power." Then Meliodas would say, "Now, you guys will be perished." Him using his power and wanting to kill them all one swoop. Then Zelda starts screaming in his head, and then Zelda starts getting taller, and his power getting to 50,000, no, 80,000, 100,000, 200,000, 550,000. Then Meliodas says, "Impossible. wait, the Demon King took over Zolder's body. That's the only way. By the way, if you're very confused about like how does this work, let me explain. By the way, there's a lot of manga spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, you should click out this video because you already got a lot of spoilers. Anyways, so basically in the manga, Meliodas was taken to a place to fight his his emotions. Kind of went to purgatory. Same with another person called Bon that would help Meliodas fight the Demon King in purgatory, and then they would defeat the Demon King, and the Demon King was controlling Meliodas' body, and then Meliodas would get his true body back, and he would use his full power. But two things to notice: Meliodas' true power is so strong that he couldn't actually live in the true world. So yeah, but there's also stuff in the anime where actually the Demon King took over Zolder's body. One thing also to note, if you guys first season 4, I think it's not about Author or something. I'll put his picture on the screen probably, but you guys probably know him, like he's like the King of Chaos or whatever. I'm gonna change that a little. I mean, Author isn't the main character. I don't see why he should have the chaos powers. So actually something would happen and Author would actually don't have the chaos powers. So just want to say that. Then the Demon King and Zolder's body, we'll just call him Zolder's, and screams and says, "Now, Meliodas, I will defeat you and then take your body." And then the commandments will start kind of being scared. Then Zolder looks and says, Now, why are you guys scared? Go fight him." Them being scared and wanting to run, but they know, obviously, the Demon King is stronger than Meliodas. So even if they get beat up, they have the Demon King on their side. All the 10 commandments would attack Meliodas. Meliodas would say, now, they all shoot magic blasts on Meliodas. And then he says, full counter. All these attacks go back to them, injuring them. And then Meliodas uses dark energy and shoots them to the 10 commandments, knocking them all to the ground. But then he says, I see, I still didn't unlock my full power. One thing to note. Then Meliodas, for 1 second, uses his true power just to knock back the Demon King far, far away. And then he says, now I'll need to absorb the 10 commandments. He starts absorbing the 10 commandments and getting stronger and stronger. Eventually, using them all, with his power level going to 800,000. And then he attacks the Demon King, with the Demon King arriving, and then both clashing with each other and starting to punch each other. Well, two things you want to note is Meliodas is still isn't used of this power, so he basically has a big disadvantage. But the Demon King still knows about Zolder's power and stuff, so it's also an advantage. So Meliodas starts saying, even if I'm stronger than him, he still is slightly keeping up, and his power level is slightly growing. I'll need to end this fast. Meliodas using his darkness during a point, it's basically like a water drop, and shooting it to Zolder's body, and it goes through Zolder's stomach, and then it starts hitting Zolder's everywhere. And then Meliodas says, now Zolder, you will die. Then Meliodas goes to the finishing blow, with his sword being covered with darkness, going to slice Zolder. But before he does, Zolder talks through the Demon King's body and says, Meliodas, finish this. Then Meliodas stops and says, Wait, Zeldris is in there, isn't he? I can't. As his head starts shaking, and Meliodas' darkness starts taking over. And then the old Meliodas from the Ten Commandments comes back and slices Zeldris in half, and then punches Zeldris and kicks him to the ground and says, "Now, Zeldris, this is the finishing blow." He does a dark droplet, you can say, and then he starts using it to, of course, to destroy all his 7 hearts, destroying 6 of them, and going for the last one. And then Zeldris' body dodges it, but then Meliodas swipes his hand, hitting, of course, Zeldris' last heart, killing him right there. Then the 10 Commandments would actually be there already. So yeah. Ideally you would say, okay, so is this the ending of this video? Well, not quite. So by the way, I know people would say, well, don't you think this kind of went fast? True. That's why I'm posting also another video today called What if Meliodas used the Demon King's power? And that one will be longer, so basically there's kind of 2 versions of this, but the other one would be like kind of way different. And Meliodas' power level also in this sauna will be 999,000, maxing out his true power. And then Meliodas would look to the 7 deadly sins and say, "Now, it's your turn." But then it goes to noon, to Escanor's peak, and Escanor's power would rise and says, "Who decided that?" And then Meliodas would look in shock and says, "Not bad for a mere human." And Escanor's power level would be at 500,000, and it's rising and says to Meliodas, "Now, let me finish this." He attacks and chops and hits, of course, Escanor, injuring him, and then starts playing with Escanor. But, so Meliodas couldn't also damage anyone. Of course, Merlin would do a perfect cube around them. And then Meliodas would say, I can easily destroy that. But whatever. He attacks Escanor with kind of not using his full power in it because it doesn't see why he should. And then Escanor's power level would rise. It's noon. His power level was carried to 920,000. With Meliodas going back and sensing that both of them have similar powers, but Meliodas having 2 key advantages. Meliodas has better control, and plus, also Escanor can't use this in noon. He can only use this in noon. Then Meliodas starts attacking Escanor, with Escanor and them both like clashing with each other, but with Meliodas actually having a disadvantage because he's injured and he's tired already from the both fights he had. So Escanor is actually having a good shot. With Meliodas saying, if I keep this up, I can't control my power in this world. What should I do? Then he says, this is the only way. His darkness spreads. And using the perfect cube, and then the perfect cube would be turned into darkness. And then Escanor's noon would be gone, as everyone is surrounded with darkness. And then Meliodas says, now you're dead. Escanor slightly can use this form, as he's not like, he won't go out of this power, using his full power and using his special attack, Rising Sun. He would use all his life energy shooting into Meliodas, with Meliodas shooting all his darkness, and both attacks clashing. Then the sins would come and help Escanor, and Meliodas also on the ground saying, What should I do? Wait. I still have one thing off my sleeve. Then he, of course, dissipates his attack, and their 7 Dice Sins attack plus Escanor's would go to hit Meliodas. But then Meliodas was deaf and says, "Did you guys forget? Full counter." He does the full counter, and before it hits all of them, Escanor, with his last bits of power, pushes all the sins, with Escanor taking the wave and being killed. The sins would be sad and saying that they don't have any chance, but then Meliodas gets his senses as darkness dissipates, and then he says, "What happened?" The sins would come and say, "You killed Escanor." Then Meliodas says, "Wait, what?" They say, "True, you had your old powers, plus the darkness, but the darkness took over you, and your emotions weren't intact, and you fought Escanor, and he just now controlled your emotions." Then Meliodas says, "I see. Well, one thing I can do is save Escanor." Then they say, "What?" You see, I actually can't use my full power in this world, so I might be able to transfer my heart to Escanor, and I'll go back to Purgatory. Then they say, "Wait, you can't. Also, Escanor is dead. His soul was burned." Well, you see, the conditions that you'll need to pay having this great power, even if Escanor got it back, his body wouldn't be able to control his soul anymore. And they says, "I see. Well, I'm sorry, guys." And everyone being crying and sad that Escanor was dead, but them smiling and says, "At least the war has ended." And yeah, guys, that was the video. And I'll call people that would read the manga. We're asking, this isn't the finish. If you watch the anime, just log out the video. This is like the very kind of finish, but just explanation for the manga people. So you can just like log out the video. Don't worry, there isn't like a continuation of this video. So, if you're still here, I would assume you don't mind, of course, knowing spoilers, or just read the manga. You would say, okay, what happened to the power of the chaos? And what happened to Cav? Well, technically Cav is the Cav that is with Arthur, and technically Cav, the normal manga, ate kind of like call for his hand and just like had the power of like chaos and stuff. It's just a long story. But as I said, there isn't any chaos here. I just didn't like this idea at all. As like, we all know in the series, obviously, that the Demon King and the Goddess were the strongest. Didn't want the chaos just being here for like no reason. I just didn't like that in the manga, and it seemed kind of useless. Like, okay, Arthur has the chaos, but it doesn't make sense. Why would a human have this power? And plus, just like Meliodas is the main character here, don't see why Arthur has it. Even if I wanted to give like Meliodas the chaos powers, then he would be broken from the start. Meliodas would be born and literally he would take over the world like in a matter of like years. He literally just needs to be a kid and he would start controlling his power. And then he just becomes the leader of the 10 Commandments, eventually being the new Demon King. So, no point of Meliodas getting chaos power. The story would have ended in a minute, literally. I didn't even have to do a video if I actually got the chaos power. He would literally be able to control it, and then would be the Chaos King, killing all the races except the humans. And yeah guys, this is that video here. So if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.